The 2nd of January, 6:45 in the morning, the car park is full. This car park has not been full since the previous January. Nobody parked here in August. Nobody even thought about this car park in October. But today it is operating at 300% capacity because the human species has remembered that it owns a body. December was spent feeding that body. January has been assigned the task of apologizing. What follows is not exercise. It is a national program of physical contrition carried out in mirrored rooms with electronic music. I've been observing this migration for several years. I have identified the species. I have catalogued the rituals. What follows is a field guide to the January gym. It is not comprehensive, but it is honest. You can identify a January member by their clothing within 4 seconds. Everything is new. The trainers are white. The leggings have creases from the packaging. The packaging crease is a tell. It broadcasts a very specific message. I bought this outfit 72 hours ago, and everything I know about fitness came from the internet. The outfit is coordinated. The top matches the shoes. The headband matches the water bottle. There is a system. The regular, by contrast, is wearing a t-shirt they received free at a corporate event in 2019. The t-shirt has a stain of unclear origin near the collar. The stain is not a failure. The stain is a qualification. It says, "I have been here long enough to stop caring what I look like at the gym." The January member sees the stain and experiences 2 feelings simultaneously: mild horror and deep envy. In 8 weeks, the coordinated outfit will be replaced by whatever was nearest the door. This is not a decline. This is graduation. Selecting a weight at the gym is not a physical decision. It is a psychological negotiation with your own vanity. The correct weight is always 1 size below the weight you reach for. But nobody reaches for the correct weight because the correct weight is near the light end of the rack and there are people standing behind you. The people behind you are not watching you. They are doing their own exercises, but they might be watching you. The might is enough. The might governs the entire decision. You select the ambitious weight. You carry it to your bench with the deliberate grip of someone who is in complete control. The first repetition is fine. Momentum and adrenaline carry it. By the 4th repetition, the weight has doubled in perceived mass. The physics have not changed. Your opinion of your strength has. The expression on your face during the 5th repetition communicates several things simultaneously, none of them intentional. You return the ambitious weight quietly. You select the weight you should have chosen originally. Nobody notices the exchange. The regular across the run notices. The regular says nothing. The regular did the same thing in their first January and has been carrying this knowledge silently ever since. The January member's water bottle is not just a container, it is a manifesto. It has lines at different heights, each one labeled with the time of day you should have reached that level. 8 in the morning, 10, noon, each one a checkpoint in the day's hydration schedule. Between the time markings are phrases. Keep going. You're doing great. Almost there. The bottle is a life coach that holds liquid. By 2 in the afternoon, the water level is at 10 o'clock. The bottle knows this. The bottle is silently disappointed. The bottle will not give up on you. The bottle has been engineered for persistence. The bottle believes in you with an intensity that no reasonable object should possess. By March, the bottle lives in a cupboard with its predecessors. Each one believed in somebody. Each one was retired before lunchtime. The treadmill section in January resembles an airport terminal. Many people side by side, all technically moving, none of them arriving anywhere. The speeds on display vary enormously. Some people are running at a pace that suggests active pursuit. Others are moving at the speed of someone walking to a meeting they do not want to attend. The meeting pace is the January member's natural habitat. It is technically faster than standing still, and it permits phone usage. The phone is checked once per minute. The fitness app is consulted. The calorie count is observed. The calorie count is spectacularly unimpressive. 22 minutes of walking has burned approximately the caloric equivalent of a single rich tea biscuit. One biscuit, 22 minutes. The exchange rate between effort and biscuit is extremely unfavorable. The person on the adjacent treadmill has been running for 35 minutes and shows no sign of distress, opinion, or awareness that this is difficult. Their expressions suggest they are thinking about what to have for dinner. They are burning biscuits at an industrial rate, and they have not noticed. The January member increases their speed by 1 decimal point. This ambitious pace lasts 90 seconds. The return to the original speed is executed with the smooth discretion of someone who had always planned to do intervals. Between sets, the modern gym member performs a secondary exercise, the selfie. The phone is raised, the angle is adjusted, the expression is set to something between relaxed and formidable. The expression must say, "I'm working hard, but I'm not in pain. I'm sweating, but it is photogenic sweat. I'm strong but approachable." 7 photographs are taken. They are identical to the naked eye. Only one will be selected. The selection process takes longer than the exercise it is documenting. A caption is drafted. It says something about consistency, or the journey, or showing up for yourself. Showing up for yourself is a phrase that means attending a place. You have paid to attend. It is used without irony. The 20 minutes of exercise have produced 43 calories of physical output and one piece of digital content with a lifespan of approximately 9 hours. Both are a form of investment. Only one will receive comments from people the person has not spoken to since school. The gym walls have been decorated with motivational posters. They say things like, "Believe in yourself, and the only bad workout is the one you didn't do." The only bad workout is the one you didn't do. This is on the wall directly above a bench where a man is doing something to his shoulder that will require physiotherapy. That workout is happening. It is also bad. The poster has not accounted for this possibility. Motivational posters assume that showing up solves everything. Showing up and then doing the wrong thing with a heavy object is a distinct and separate category of problem. There is one poster near the fire exit that has been there so long it has become part of the wall. Nobody has read it since it was installed. It says something about pain being temporary and quitting lasting forever. The person who quit in February would disagree. Quitting was not permanent. Quitting was a brief holiday from this specific building. They came back the following January with better shoes. The posters continue their work. Nobody credits them. Nobody blames them. They are the wallpaper of ambition, persistent and completely ignored. The gym has no written rules about personal space. It does not need them. An invisible grid exists. Everyone feels it. Nobody has drawn it. Each person occupies a zone of approximately 2 meters in every direction. This zone is sacred. If someone sets up a mat within the zone, the original occupant does not speak. They adjust, a slight repositioning, a fractional lean away. The lean communicates everything. The lean says, "I acknowledge your right to be here, and I am asking you to acknowledge my right to not. Smell your breakfast." In January, the grid collapses. There are too many people. The zones overlap. Elbows pass within centimeters of neighboring elbows. Nobody mentions the elbows. Speaking about the elbows would acknowledge the proximity, and acknowledging the proximity would require a conversation. A conversation in the gym is the second worst outcome. The first worst outcome is sustained eye contact. Eye contact in the weight section is accidental, brief, and immediately followed by both parties looking at the floor with the intensity of people searching for a dropped contact lens. The floor of the gym has never been studied with more academic rigor than in the 3 seconds following unwanted eye contact. Every piece of equipment has a bottle of antibacterial spray and a roll of paper towels near it. The expectation is clear. You use the equipment. You wipe it. Approximately 40% of people wipe their equipment. The other 60% exhibit a form of selective amnesia so precise it deserves medical study. They see the bottle. They see the towels. They see the specific shape their body has left on the bench in perspiration. The impression is clear. It is detailed. It could be used as evidence in a court of reasonable hygiene. The next person approaches, assesses the bench, reaches for the spray bottle with the resigned expression of someone cleaning up after a stranger in their own home. Nothing is said. Something is felt. The wipe-down dispute is the longest-running silent conflict in the gym after the thermostat and the locker that does not close. There is one person who wipes everything, before use, after use, the handles, the seat, the frame. Nobody touches the frame. The frame wiper knows this. The frame wiper does not care. The frame wiper has principles, and the principles extend to load-bearing steel. Every gym has one machine that makes a sound. The sound is not loud. It is a click or a creak or something between the two that the English language has not yet named. The January member hears the sound and stops immediately. The January member was not expecting the machine to have opinions. They abandon the machine. They find a different one. They do not report the sound because reporting the sound would require a conversation. The regular uses the same machine 15 minutes later. The regular hears the sound. The regular does not react. The machine has been making this sound since 2021. It has been inspected twice. It is fine. The sound is just something it does now. The sound is not a warning. The sound is personality. Every gym machine eventually develops one. The group exercise studio has a glass wall. This wall serves no acoustic purpose. It serves a theatrical one. The window allows the gym floor to observe the class. The class allows the gym floor to observe suffering. Inside the glass, 20 people are performing movements at different speeds, with different levels of conviction. The instructor has the energy of someone who has not experienced a bad Tuesday since before their students were born. Their movements are precise. Their enthusiasm is medically concerning. The back row is a different class entirely. The back row was approximately 2 beats behind the music and has independently decided which movements to include. The front row has been attending this class since autumn. The front row owns the front row. The front row does not welcome newcomers to the front row. The January member is in the second row from the back, which is the compromise between visibility and escape proximity. They have noted the location of the door. They have confirmed it opens outward. These are not random observations. After the class, the participants file out past the gym floor. Their expressions range from triumphant to recently bereaved. The January member falls precisely in the middle. In every changing room there is a person who is sitting down and showing no signs of getting up. They have been sitting for 11 minutes. Their towel is over their shoulders. Their expression is distant. They are staring at a specific point on the opposite wall that does not contain anything interesting. They are processing. What they are processing is unclear. It may be the session. It may be the week. It may be the totality of their choices up to this exact bench. The bench has become a confessional. The bench expects nothing. The bench asks no questions. After 14 minutes, the person stands. They put on their shoes. They leave. Nothing visible was accomplished. Everything necessary was accomplished. The bench is the only place in the gym where nobody pretends to be doing something. It is, in its way, the most honest piece of equipment in the building. In February, there is no shower queue. In January, there is always a shower queue. 4 people stand with towels over their shoulders, waiting with the specific patience of people who have just exercised. Now smell like proof of it. Shower etiquette in a gym is surprisingly complex. The duration must be long enough to be functional, but short enough to be respectful. The acceptable window is approximately 4 minutes. Longer than 4 minutes and the queue begins forming opinions. The opinions are silent but unanimous. What are they doing in there? It has been 6 minutes. There is not that much of them. After the shower comes the hairdryer. The person using the hairdryer operates it for 9 minutes at maximum power. All conversation within a 4-meter radius is suspended. The hairdryer does not care about your morning. By February, the queue dissolves. The showers are available immediately. The hairdryer has the room to itself. January's most democratic institution has returned to a state of quiet independence. The best conversations at the gym happen in the car park afterwards. Inside the gym, conversation is brief. The music is loud. The headphones are on. The personal space treaty is in force. Outside, in the January cold with their gym bags at their feet, people actually talk about the session, about the instructor, about the person who never wipes the bench. The bench conversation is the great unifier. Everybody has an opinion about the non-wiper. Nobody has spoken to the non-wiper directly. A friendship is forming, not over shared values or common backgrounds, over the shared experience of holding a weight they chose for vanity, rather than function. This is how most gym friendships begin, not through connection cards or organized social events, through proximity, mild discomfort, and a mutual willingness to complain about the same things. The gym friendship requires no shared meals, no birthdays remembered. Just a nod in the car park and the understanding that you were both here at 6:45. January the 15th is the halfway point. By now, the resolution has been tested. The January member checks for visible results. They stand in front of a mirror. They turn sideways. They hold their breath. Holding your breath creates the temporary impression of a different body. This impression lasts 3 seconds. 3 seconds. This is the shelf life of January optimism captured in a single biological function. The scales are consulted. The scales report that nothing measurable has changed. The scales are accurate and deeply unhelpful. The person decides the scales are not measuring the right thing. The person decides that progress is internal and cannot be weighed. This is possibly correct. Internal progress is real. It is also extremely convenient when the external kind has not arrived yet. The resolution survives the 15th. It survives because the alternative is admitting that 2 weeks of effort produced no visible result. The 15th is where resolutions are either renewed or quietly abandoned. There is no middle ground, and the decision is usually made within 4 seconds of stepping off the scales. February arrives and the gym exhales. The treadmills have gaps. The car park has spaces. The changing room bench is available without waiting. 60% of the January population has departed. They have not left a forwarding address. They have left a direct debit. The direct debit is the most loyal gym member in existence. It has never missed a session. It attends 12 months a year without complaint. The 40% who remain have crossed a line they cannot see. They know which locker works. They nod at the person on the adjacent treadmill. They have found the lever that adjusts the seat. The lever took 3 weeks to find. Nobody told them where it was. They had to discover it independently, the way every member before them did. The trainers are no longer white. The outfit is no longer coordinated. The packaging crease is gone. They have scuff marks now. The scuff marks are not a problem. The scuff marks are the opposite of a problem. Now, something that is not for laughs. I have spent this entire documentary making fun of people who are trying to improve their health. Every single one of them did something most people only discuss. They walked through the door, and they went. The weight was too heavy. The outfit had a crease. The treadmill speed was not impressive by any reasonable standard. None of that matters. They were in the room. They were trying. In a room full of mirrors and judgment and strangers and machines. They could not operate. Being bad at something in public takes more courage than being. good at something in private. January is full of people with that specific courage. Some of them will not come back. That is not a failure, that is information. They learn something about what they need, and it was not this specific room. The ones who come back are not better people. They found a thing worth returning for. The thing is different for everyone. Here is my final observation from the field. The January gym is not a place of failure. It is a place of beginning. And beginnings are clumsy. They are over-equipped and under-prepared. They wear coordinated outfits and choose the wrong weight. But they happen, which is more than can be said for the plan that stays on a sofa with a television on. If you are considering going, go. Wear whatever you have. Choose the lighter weight. Walk at whatever speed you can manage. Leave the phone in your bag for 20 minutes. The world will not collapse without your supervision. Every regular you see was once the person in the new trainers. They did not become a regular through talent. They became a regular through repetition. Repetition is not glamorous. It will not generate content. It will not go viral. But it will scuff your trainers, and scuffed trainers are the only qualification that matters. The car park is waiting. It has space in February, and the bench in the changing room is free if you need a minute before you start.